What's up, guys? Nightingale here, and welcome back to another update notice. Today is 4/20/2022, and we've got another update notice for tomorrow. Well, today, basically. It comes live for me at about 11 p.m. We're live here on Twitch doing the video, so chat, feel free to say hello to YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna jump into this, and probably, arguably, the coolest and most important thing that we're gonna be talking about today is the group summon. So the custom group summon, we already have a video live on my, on the channel where I give you guys my suggestions upon what I think you guys should, summon for along the way. I've got it broken down to beginners, like brand new players, to beginners, to intermediate, like mid-game players. I try to give you guys a bunch of different suggestions, so do use that. If anything changes tomorrow when this goes live, I will be making a video to cover the custom group summon specifically. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So a great opportunity to obtain Covenant heroes you have missed. Custom group summon is now here for our heirs. Pick the heroes of your choice and summon them. So this is a triple banner. So meaning there is no pity. The pity is the coins. It summons and functions just like a normal banner. The rate-up units are going to be the 3 units that you are going to pick. So let's jump in here and find out more details. So the schedule for this. This is information, very important information that we need to take note of. It will be live from 4/21 Thursday at 3 a.m. UTC to 5/19 Thursday, 2:59 UTC. So basically this is reset to reset. Well, for us, it is maintenance resets, basically, is what those are, when the servers change over for maintenance. The custom group summon becomes available after you complete stage 1010 Shrieking Hall of episode 1. So you means you have to beat the entire first chapter, or the entire first episode of Epic 7 for you new players, which is fine. You probably don't have your bookmarks and stuff ready to summon, so that's great. Good. The custom group summon will be available for 14 days at the start of your first attempt to summon the heroes of your choice. The custom group summon will close after 14 days. An example is if the custom group summon begins on 5/19, so the last day, you will have up to 2 weeks to still summon on it. So you'll have up to 6/2. So June 2nd, before they go to the maintenance, you will be able to still summon on this banner. So this is great for newer players. It means you don't have to start this immediately. So don't summon on it unless you have your currencies ready. What do you need? Remember this. It is 600 bookmarks per pity. So, pity. And it's 11,400 sky stones is what directly translates to 600 bookmarks. So keep that in mind when you're going forth and before you start summoning on this banner. So heroes and artifacts in the group summon. The custom group summon select hero screen. So a pretty good UI here. They're going to let you know what is limited and what is not limited. So you do have a heads up. So it's not like, well, I didn't know they were a limited summon. It's obvious right here. So great. They've got it arranged really unique. I really do like the design of this. Hopefully this keeps coming back. So limited heroes and artifacts that are 6 months or older since their release will have, and were featured in a rerun as of the custom group summon ending time. Okay, so ending, which means if they are taking this in account of the end date. So that's gonna change, I think, 1 unit here. I think that does mean Zahak can now be in this. We will have to see when it goes live tomorrow. Then the Covenant normal heroes are the heroes and artifacts that are 6 months and older since the release of the custom group summon ending time. So I believe that is I think we were saying Ran was the last available unit. But I think now, if we're getting that extra time added to it, the full month, I believe that does mean Zahak's going to be in this. So, for some people who don't have them, now's going to be your time to collect them if you're trying to find like a third unit or something along the way. Those could be potentially helpful. Maybe while we're waiting for some Q&A, I might try to quickly find that answer at the end of the video. By the way, let's go ahead and just say this while we're early into this. If you haven't checked the timestamps below, everything's going to be checked out in the timestamps as we're going along here. So after you select your summon, this is how the screen's going to look. And notice there is no timer on it yet. You haven't summoned. But now, once you perform a summon, that is where the timer begins. And you will earn 1 coin per 1 summon. So 5 bookmarks is 1 coin. Now, here are the rules and summoning conditions. Let's get reading. So, number 1, custom group summon will be available after completing stage 1010 Shrieking Hall of episode 1 within the event period. Okay, this should be the clarification we need. I have gone ahead and sent a message to Smilegate's support to make sure that this is not an event that can be triggered after the maintenance, which it doesn't read it. It reads as if this is pretty much a one-off, but I'm just clarifying as best as I can to make sure that there is 100% clarity. This will not be available after our event period, that no new account can start this up with a month timer at the end of this, just to be sure. The custom summon will be available for 14 days starting from the time the player performed the first summon after completing stage 1010 Shrieking Hall episode 1. 3. The custom group summon requires players to select 3 heroes for the drop-up rate, meaning you cannot just pick one and start summoning. After performing the summon once, the players will not be able to change the selected 3 heroes. This is good. This answers one of my questions. Mine was, if I summoned Deanne, could I switch it over? No, you're committed. So this is where you're going to have to use discretion when picking the units you guys want. This could bite you in the butt if you're only after a singular copy, because let's be real. Let's just say, for instance, right here, you guys are wanting Border Coin and wanting a crap ton of them. You may end up with a bunch of unfading memories. So choose wisely when it comes to picking your artifacts and being okay if you don't get the primary target you're after, which is why I've tried to give you guys a heads up on high value stuff that is valuable across the board. All right. So, let's see, that was 3. After performing summon once, you will not be able to change. That's number 4. Okay, 5. After a certain amount of time, after Starge Mileage Coin Shop closes, the Star Mileage Coins will be obtained from the custom banner group, will be reset and not available for the next custom group summon. Okay, so this right here is saying exactly what I've been warning you guys about. You have 0 business pulling on this banner. None. 0, zilch, nada. Pulling on this banner if you cannot reach Pity. Because your coins will not transfer over. So this is for, you need to make sure when you start that first summon, you have the ability to reach 600 to guarantee one of your units along the way. But here is the fact for those of you who may have forgotten to summon the unit. The Star Mileage coin shop will remain open 7 days after the summon ends. Once the custom summon group ends, you can find under the Star Mileage coin section of the shop. Basically what it's just saying is you'll still be able to purchase the heroes if you have your coins left over and it ends, you still can purchase your hero. But once that shop closes, the coins are reset, gone forever. Your investments are void. And there's nothing you can do about it. The guaranteed summon does not apply to the custom group summon, meaning how you normally see a guaranteed summon in 120. That is not here. The coins are the pity itself, and actually, it's 1 bookmark cheaper. By the way, not that it makes a big difference, but it's 5 Covenant bookmarks cheaper, 1 summon cheaper to buy them here. All right. The selected drop rate artifacts can be purchased 1 each from the Star Mileage coin and the Powder of Knowledge shop, respectively, during the custom group summon event period. Okay, so this functions just like the Guilty Gear banner, and I assume the triple banner that had Deanne, Landy, and Cerise when I first started, literally the last 24 hours when I started. So you can buy your heroes indefinitely. So if you want to triple S a hero, you can totally do that. But can you completely limit break an artifact out of this shop? No. You get one purchase, and that's it. And each artifact costs 100. Arguably, it's still good. You can get a artifact for one each. So, here's something to consider. If you're not worried about unit dupes, think about this. It takes 240 coins to buy 2 heroes. Okay? So if you get all 3 of your heroes on the way down, and you don't have their artifacts still, you'll have 40 coins left over, and you can buy that. So, it at least guarantees you a artifact. Then you have some epic, which is, these are the red charms. These are the red charms that you can buy up to 5 times. And leaves and gold. So basically, if you have currency left over, you need to spend it some way because you're not going to get any of your value back out of it. So this is the equivalent of buying a hero normally. But here's the cool thing. You can also buy it for Powder of Knowledge. It'll cost you 240 Powder of Knowledge to buy one of these artifacts. So in theory, you're guaranteed 2 artifacts from this banner if that's all you care about. That's if you get your heroes on the way down. And here's the thing. Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything until you've performed all your summons that you're going to perform on it. So if you're going to do 1 pity, do your full pity, then buy. If you're going to do 2 pities, do your full summons, then buy. Because you don't know what you're going to get along the way. So, because there is no refund button here, wait till the end. All right, continue on. Heroes and artifacts selected from the custom group summon will be available to purchase from the Star Mileage Coin in the Star Mileage Coin shop. Every custom group summon performed grants 1 Star Mileage Coin. Again, 1 summon, so 5 bookmarks, 1 coin. The shop will remain open after 7 days from the custom group summon ends. After a certain amount of time, after the Star Mileage shop closes, all Star Mileage coins you own will reset and will not be available for the next custom summon, and then the Star Mileage coins will be deleted on the 6-9 maintenance. They will be gone. But if you perform during that, between the 421 and the 519, respectively, both will lose their coins. It doesn't matter where it is. If you have not used your coins, they are all gone. All right, next up, the Epic Pass. The Picnic 2020. This is where the code came from last week, was this. So, normal Grass Euphine is getting a costume. The Epic Pass Picnic 2020 season is here. Euphine goes for a picnic on a warm, breezy spring day. Meet the adorable Flower Bud Euphine. This should have been Deanne's costume. Just saying. Deanne's April Fool's costume. Just hear me out. All right, so this will be up from 421 to 519. Players will be able to access the Epic Pass inside the main lobby, tapping the Epic Pass icon. And pretty much, I'm gonna speed through this so that we don't have to read all of this. Here's the TLDR. You're gonna be able to get the free rewards by playing the game. The premium rewards are used by spending 900 Sky Stones. If you want to min-max this to its complete ability, you wait till rank 20, then buy the premium rewards, instantly completing to rank 30. And then you can also purchase at that point. In addition, if you want to get the Euphine skin, you purchase both for 1,800. Arguably, it's a good deal if you really want the costume, or 900 Sky Stones if you just want the premium rewards. Wait till rank 20. And then, because it's easier to go from 1 to 20 than 20 to 30, technically in rank. But if you don't care, you can complete this easily with all the stuff and content we've got coming on. You'll be able to complete all this very easily. Here's how you get EXP. So this is all what you need to know is energy spent is 5 energy is season EXP. You get 60 EXP for doing a PvP match. You get 480 for using Abyss tokens, and 1,440 for doing Labyrinth using your compasses. So you can quickly get to the end just doing that. You can purchase ranks. Never do it. These are way too easy to do. Here you go. Here is the cost, the Epic Pass upgrade, which is what I was telling you about. So you get 10 ranks immediately, which is why I say wait to rank 20, then pop the Epic Pass, whichever one you're going to do. Get those extra 10 ranks for free, and you're done. if you want to be about efficiency. After purchasing the Epic Pass, the players can upgrade to the Special Pass, which is what I was saying. So you can buy this one, and if you decide you want the skin later, you can still do it while it's available. Players can purchase the Epic Pass during the reward period, but however, it is not possible to acquire the season EXP. This is what's in it. A lot of cool stuff. Basically, the big last thing are these last few rewards right in here is what makes this thing so worth anyway. The Covenant bookmarks are great. The charms are wonderful. I love those. Skin tickets eventually help you buy skins, so if that's something you're caring about. But for me, I'm all about the charms that come from these. These could be, they could run this once a month, and I'd still chuck 900 Sky Stones into it. So here is Euphem's skin. Some people like it, some people hate it. I'm indifferent. I don't know if I'll buy it or not. I gotta figure out if this is worth 900 Sky Stones to me. All right, next up. While we're gonna cover this quickly in the patch notes today, we will probably have another video coming in the next day or so on Advent side stories. So be on the lookout for that in more detail. But here's what it says inside the patch notes. Advent side story, Nature's Decline and Decay. Decaying Natures has finally appeared. Challenging the evil boss and win light connections, greater modification gem, and other rewards. This will be available from 4/21 to 5/5. How to enter. After clearing episode 2, chapter 1010, go to the lobby, tap battle, side story. How to play. The stage difficulties consist of 3 levels, hard, hell, and epic hell. Players may enter a higher difficulty after successfully clearing the one before it. Epic hell difficulty can be cleared up to 5 times during the side story period. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this out here. For newer players that are watching, this is not content for you. Do not feel like you are entitled to take part in this. We go through this every time it comes up. New players complain about all the rewards that they can't get, that the content's too hard. There comes a time in a game where new players cannot be carried through certain things. This is one. While newer players can have an advantage to be able to particularly do this, not everything is completely accessible, okay? We'll cover this more when I actually do, if I end up needing a full guide on this, or I may end up using this one as the blanket guide from here on out on how to do Advent side stories, because this is now 3, so we have a pattern at this point to see what's going on. But yes, for new players, I know this is, I know it's going to be a little upsetting to you that you cannot participate in this because it's too difficult, but these will eventually get rerun and you'll eventually be able to participate. Let me just put it this way. If you're that desperate in need of modification gems, go try to get into some level 2 expeditions. Try to see if you can create teams. Do whatever you can to get into that open recruitment to be able to get your modification gems. So, jumping back into this, the event currency is the Decayed Twig is the regular currency that you will get along the way. You will get a bunch of this along doing this, and we'll give you a full breakdown on how much this is going to cost when I do the video for this. The special currency, a leaf cycle, symbolizes the beauty of nature where everything returns to the soil and regains life. The Decayed Twigs collected can be exchanged for a leaf cycle for a total of 10 max. So this is, as they said it in chat earlier today, this is artificial scarcity. But you can exchange for a max of 10 of these. All right, enhanced element. So you must assign 2 or more heroes of the same element to receive the enhanced element buff. So in this case, grass and fire are going to be your best friends. Light and darks are also your best friends. You don't take ice units into this. They're gonna get clapped by taking them into this. So, this is another reason why I said this isn't for beginners. Now, the enhancement buff is different for each team, and as now tradition has showed, it is a permanent cycle. Team 1 is always speed-based, Team 2 is always HP-based, Team 3 is always attack percent-based. So each buff has been the same for every single one of these. Cool. The enhanced element buff of the team, proportional to the number of heroes, is the same for each element. So it doesn't matter which one it is, it's always the same buff depending on the element you throw in there. So 2 ice will always trigger the same thing, 3 ice will always trigger the same thing, so on and so forth. It's always going to be that no matter what color element you bring into this. All right, so here they go. They make sure that you understand the level of enhancements. The first level enhancement of 2 of the same elements is 20 speed, 20 max health, and 20 attack. Then for the level 2s, respective teams, they are 40% speed, 40% HP, and 40% attack. So this plays into your strategies of beating this stuff. Yes, it can help newer players, but these buffs do help, but it's the units and the quality of your units build is what's going to determine how well you can beat the content. So the exchange shop, players will be able to exchange currency, the event currency, the decayed twig, and a leaf cycle for items in the exchange. Players will be able to exchange event currency for items up to 1 week after the side story ends. Unused currency will be, after that period, will be deleted. So this has a lot of cool stuff. All right, this is great. This is where I have to kind of say earmuffs for new players, because this is going to be depressing for you, but just earmuffs. All right, for you guys who've been playing a while, Molagora Seeds, awesome. Artifact Charms, awesome. Reforge Materials, hooray! We need them. Bookmarks, you definitely need them. Now, I know some people aren't going to say hooray to the friendship levels, but those are OP. All right, so this one gets a lot of hate, is the fact that there's only 2 light connections, or that there's 4 light connections here. You have to beat all the challenges to get the 5th bookmark. So this is a 3 to 5 star ticket. If you want to go see the rates, it's currently available in your elemental summons. Some of you are going to get Arbiter Elson, Judge Elson, Mediator Harado, Martial Artist, Arrow, but some of you will end up with 4 stars, some of you will end up with the lucky 5-star hero out of this. Obviously, the most important thing, but you will have to choose, is the modification gems. For those of you speed simps out there, hooray, you've got your stupid speed chest again. I'm more excited for the lifesteal and the pen set, so there we go with that. Now, back to everybody. You can take your earmuffs off now, new players. We're good. We're out of the woods now. All right, so side story. We're going to talk efficiency real quick before we jump into this. So, for intermediate players, or players who are able to participate in the Advent side story, here's how you're going to min-max your next 2 weeks. You are going to absolutely blitz as hard as you can Advent side story and get that shop completely burned out. It's over 4,000, 5,000 energy. I'll end up having the full thing in a video tomorrow, most likely. And then, as soon as you finish that, then you now need to jump into Sweet Nightmare and get your shop bought out here. All right, so let's talk about Sweet Nightmare. So this is Euphem's side story. It'll be available from 4/21 to 5/5. It's running exactly alongside Advent side story, which is going to be a massive energy drain into the game. Pray we don't have Hunt buff, or else this is going to get really nasty in a week. And I hate to say it, knowing Smilegate, you may end up getting the short end of the stick, and there will be a Hunt buff at the end of the month, which is gonna be a lot of energy to expel, so you may have to cut Euphem's story short in how you grind it. Alright, so again, how to enter, you need to be able to basically beat the entire first episode of the game to be able to enter. How to play, it's a 2-week side story, hooray. They aren't making this they are making this 2 weeks and not making us rush through this. It's a normal side story available for 2 weeks. All right, so urgent missions will occur and you'll earn 2-star monsters, catalyst acquired. You can use the region info. So we got Dragon Chicken Nuggies. Dragon Chicken Nuggies. Okay, back to serious. So, yes, the event currency is Dragon Chicken Nuggies. And they are in the shape of dragons. Let's go. Literally the best currency in the game, Dragon Chicken Nuggies. Yeah. All right, so Euphine will be the enhanced hero here. She will be fully awakened 6-star, plus 15, ready to go. So if you have Euphine and she's not built up, you can use her here as the carrier. And she will do absolute crap tons of damage. Also, Charlotte and Alencia are rated up heroes. Charlotte will get 30% more attack, and Alencia will get 30% more HP. Stage difficulties is the normal thing here, so it's going to have the easy difficulty. You'll need to beat easy to normal, normal to hard, hard to hell. Hell can only be entered 5 times. It's the usual side story spiel. Again, grind the highest stage you can possibly grind to get the most amount of chicken nuggies that you absolutely can, because it's dragon chicken nuggies. Okay. Molagora habitat will be open after completing stage 10, so there's your free Molagora. You'll do Goblin's Den. It's always better to hang out and see if there is a hunt buff so that you can get the extra gold, but if not, at least pop your gold buff and go do the goblin stage at that point. So don't instantly do it if you don't have your gold buff to maximize the amount of gold. All right, so this is what I was telling you about, is the exchange shop for to exchange your dragon chicken nuggies. Although as much as I don't want to exchange them, I don't want to collect all the nuggies that I possibly can. Yeah. I don't think I need a drink. I think I can get it to where I'm... Okay, nope, I have to. Sorry. It's too early for me to be doing that to my voice. But yes, so if this comes down to an area where you have to make sacrifices, here's what you need to go for. Try to get all your catalysts, try to get the Molagoras, try to grab the bookmarks. You probably will want to skip the runes if that's the case, but I still think that the friendship is still vital, because it's cheaper friendship than it costs you cheaper energy to get that friendship boxes than it does to farm the levels of those friendship. So I definitely recommend that. So try to do the best that you can here, but I understand, at least try to get the Molagoras, the catalysts, at least out of this if you are struggling for energy and you're trying to save if they do announce a hunt buff, which I hope they don't. I hope they delay it a week to get people some time to come out of this, because this is a lot of grinding in 2 weeks. All right, so next up, the rate up for the next week will be Charlotte and Elbrus Sword. Please do not summon on this, although Elbrus Ritual Sword is awesome, and Charlotte is really good, and her dupes are good for Little Queen Charlotte. Do not summon for this. Also, Euphine, Merciless Glutton, is available for 421 to 428. You guys need to be spending your bookmarks on the custom banner. But hey, at least Merciless Glutton and Elbrus Ritual Sword are in the shop for powder. So I'm actually now curious, can you actually exploit this and put Charlotte in the custom banner and it pops up another Elbrus Ritual Sword in the shop? Theory says it should work, because this is its own custom, it's its own banner. The custom banner automatically forces it in, so yeah, in theory, you could technically force, this week, you could technically force 2 Merciless Gluttons and 2 Elbrus Ritual Swords in for powder. Don't hold it against me if that doesn't end up working. But hey, alright, so that is it for the notice. Let's go ahead and turn it off follower-only mode. So chat, you're now free for those people who have not smashed the follow button. So again, quickly, just to cover the rules of this, please at Nightingale1176, I am setting a timer for 10 minutes to begin the question and answering section. We will be covering everything here. Try to keep it somewhat relevant to the update notice. I get that there's a lot of questions going to be happening about the Rise update. So if we have to, I will answer those off stream, and the same for you guys. I'll just answer them in the comments for you guys who have questions about it. But yeah, let's get going. At Nightingale1176 in chat, ask your questions away, and 10 minutes, and if we don't have anything here in the next 5 minutes or so, we'll wrap up. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming. It's a fairly expensive couple weeks as terms of bookmarks go, as far as energy goes. This is going to be a definite strain on some player bases. Obviously, the people who have bunches of leads, bunches of energy stored up. I am one of those, as I have right here. Blue stacks. You guys can see that I have a mailbox full of energy ready to go for this. All right. First question comes in is Weed Vildred worth on the Tri banner? So Grass Vildred will be Sword of Summer Twilight, or whatever his sword is, and his imprint. So his artifact's pretty decent, depending on who you're going to put it on. It's not like a best in slot artifact for anybody that I know of, but it's decent as an alternate fill-in. His imprints are great if you are trying to imprint your Speed Vildreds. He is the only 5-star, I think, in the game that has the speed imprint. So if you want to have him, but you have to remember, if you don't get him along the way, was he technically a waste, and would it have been better for you to do it on his solo banner? That is certain things that you need to keep in mind. Are there certain units that are better to end up doing on their solo banner if there's something specific tech you're trying to do? But if you're just after an imprint or two along the way, sure, it's great. Why not? Are the custom group summon drop rate lineup a separate banner? Hold on. Let me make sure I read this correct. Are the custom group summons drop rate lineups a separate banner or from our custom group summon? Okay. You may need to ask that again, but I'm going to... I'm going to come back to you. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Try rewording it one more time, and I'll answer you the next one. And I'm going to answer the next question. I heard people suggest Rowana alongside Tamara and Landy. Thoughts on the triple banner for ease of clearing Expedition and Hellraid? Thoughts? So, Tamara and Landy are absolutely amazing. Rowana is one of those units that does tend to get rerun a lot. So, I would say, last year, I think she got run 4 times. I mean, if you really need Rowana, sure, I would rather see you try to go after maybe something else to maybe help you along the way and some other thing. But if you really want to go down that path and it's something you really want, I don't see an issue getting Rowana. Because it would help you clearing, I'm not gonna lie, Rowana does help out in certain of those fights. I use her in a couple different places. I also use her in my normal raid. This is kind of since this does appear to be a unique scenario, maybe look at trying to pick up something that isn't normally highly rerun, because I'm going to give you guys a fun tip. When they run SSB, within a few weeks to a month, they typically run Rowana after that, because they sell the issue, then they sell the solution to it. So Rowana may be run as soon as SSB gets rerun, or they may actually be troll enough to run SSB next to Rowana, which is really funny because SSB directly is countered by Rowana, so keep that in mind. All right, for side stories, let's see here. Did Agent? No, he hasn't. Okay. For the side stories, should I keep working on building Wyvern 13 or do side stories? So when side story comes up for new players, this is something to always consider. Side story always takes priority. Whenever they bring up events like that, in terms of the normal 2-week side story, you stop doing Wyvern 13, you immediately go into side story, you farm out your shop, then you go back to doing Wyvern 13. That's the way you should progress in a most efficient manner, because the side story is a limited event, Wyvern never leaves. Knock that out, and your energy's better spent there anyway. It's part of the progress because you're getting Catalyst, you're getting experience, you're getting Penguins, you're getting resources in general that help you build, and Euphine actually helps you build Wyvern units. Well, it specifically helps with Sigrid. She is Sigrid's astrological sign. I'm still waiting on Agent Moto. So, let's see here. Will these be a separate notice? Okay, so chat, for those of you who are wondering, this is what we're looking at. I don't know how well you can see it. So this is the question in turn. After the 428 maintenance, Tamarin and Idol's Cheer, Charon will be available. 5/5, Lulika and Spirit Breath. Lilius and Bastion. Okay, so now back to your original question. Are the custom group... Yeah, this seems to be completely different. This just seems to be their normal summon up, raid up banners that are going to be running alongside this. So this may change certain things for certain people depending on what's going on. With Kayron running Shepherd of the Hollow may mean Kayron might have Alexa's Basket in the custom banner. Because he typically has a alternating schedule of running Alexa's Basket, All Hail the Dragon Chicken Nugget. He typically has an alternating schedule of running Alexa's Basket to Shepherd Hollow, Alexa's Basket, Shepherd Hollow, Alexa's Basket, Shepherd Hollow. So I'm going to be very curious to see, will he get it here, or are they going to just run him again with his artifact? Do you recommend pulling any of the summer units? Absolutely not. Again, this is a great question. What I need you guys to notice is this. The custom group summon ends May 19th. Hey Siri, what is 90 days from May 19th?
It's Wednesday the 17th of August, 2022.
So that means 90 days after the end of the banner, they are 100% probably being run. Hopefully you guys could hear that. I can't. I should have taken this off. It's Ireland, not British. Ireland. I picked the Irish one. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. So, summer units you should not pick. Specifically SSB. SSB is better to pick up on her own banner. I'm going to be honest. Because this way you have, it's just Rengar's Drink is the raid up artifact there, and it's just SSB. I personally think that's better in my opinion. How hard is the new event? This new event is not technically new. This is the third story, or this is the third iteration. We had Ice at the beginning of the Rise update. We had the Ice one, which was pretty challenging because it was ice, so you had to use ice and grass units, light and darks. Then we had the Fire one towards the end of the year, which they've only ran 2 of these at that point. And then you had to use Fire and Water units. Excuse me. Highly exploitable for day 1 because of Tamarin's thing, which was amazing. Tamarin was instantly getting Idol's Cheer day 1, so we were able to blast that story. It was like, don't shut your game off, do not patch it while it was up. It was a good day. Tamarin turn 1 Idol's Cheer was absolutely amazing. But yes, this is going to be difficult for a lot of accounts. You're going to have units and gear on them. I would expect that the players that are in the early 60-day window probably can't beat this, depending on how lucky you've been on gear. So we'll go say that. Now that Tama is getting a normal banner afterwards, is she still worth pulling? Okay. So for this question, this is actually a really good question. The reason I'm going to say this is... I just realized I skipped over a question, but I'll come back to it. I've got it marked. Yes, Tamarin is still worth putting in this banner because it's a one-time investment on the way down. So you got to look at it this way. For those of you who are trying to get Tamarin, you're pulling for technically, if we say this right now, if we put Tamarin, Luna, and Landy in a banner, every single pull is a shot at all 3 of those units all the way down. Now, here's where it comes to an issue. All right, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to stop the timer. We're going to add 5 minutes because we definitely have a lot of questions, so we definitely will keep going. You're going to have a shot at all the way down. Since you can wait almost an entire month, you can probably get the resources to pity 2 units. So now you're guaranteed now 2 runs at it, which may or may not get you to the point of getting both Tamarin, Luna, or Landy on the way down. So there is a much higher chance that you can now get a bigger bang for your investment in that singular run, because you're now getting a shot at each singular unit with that, where Tamarin in her own banner is just Tamarin. So if you're trying to be min-maxing, theoretically right now, there are other things that are technically just as valuable that you can put in this along with it and have the shot at pulling it. Okay, let me go grab this this comment. What are some of the better RGB bruisers that'd be worth putting in the banner? I absolutely love and adore Alencia. Alencia is probably one of the more underrated units of the RGB bruisers. She has a full strip. Pop her on Symbol of Unity. She can pretty much rip anything besides a high ER made Chloe's buff. And yeah, all their buffs are gone. So as soon as they set up, do all their buffs, time her out just right, come out, roar, and bang. All those buffs that they just popped up are now gone. It's amazing. It's beautiful. She also has, with Symbol, she has enough gas to kill violets, which is great. It's really trolly to have that happen. So I definitely say her. I guess we could suggest Crow. Crow is probably a good one. Charlotte is okay, but again, you want to try to get things of high value. So for me, what might be high value may be a little bit different to you. So I know there's been some people in the YouTube comments. So for you guys that are still watching, I know that there are some of you have been asking about Crow. Crow is technically still good for earlier game, but he's kind of countered by certain things. So it depends on where you're going to want to use it. But I think out of all of them, the most underrated one is probably Alencia. All right, back onto comments okay, we got the Tama one. I was planning to put Tama on my group banner. I should put her instead. Should I still put her instead of pulling her on a separate banner? No, you definitely, if you're going to plan on pulling Tama, you need to put her on the custom banner and try to get the most value outside of your, try to get the most value of that, because you're pulling Tamarin. Now, if you get a bunch of Tamarins, that's going to be painful. Save them for a ML Tamarin someday. But if you're getting Idol's Cheer, it's not the worst thing in the world, because you're also trying to pull whatever else is in there along the way. Because if you don't have the resources to pull multiple pities, it's better for you to go all in on this one banner and try to get the value of all these units and their values along the way. If we work on Landy, would you recommend Landy imprint herself for imprint, artifact, or Cerise to get Guiding Light? Okay, so this one I'm going to offend some players. So Landy is OP and her imprint is amazing. Her artifact is absolutely dog crap. It's a chance at getting Gab for Rangers. I think there are better artifacts for Landy, but sure, Wall of Order is cool. But I am not a huge, I'm not a huge fan of Wall of Order. I would rather her be on Portrait. I'd rather her be on Symbol of Unity. I'd rather her be on Bloodstone. Heck, I'd rather see you put her on Guiding Light, and I don't think Guiding Light's that good anymore. But, in that way, yes. Okay, now for Cerise, Cerise has kind of been retired by Peyra. Peyra is technically a better Cerise now. She basically does Cerise's job, but better. She now attack buffs. She also can restrict. She can strip. She has a massive shield. She's got Super Arius as a buff. Literally, she did Cerise's job and better. Guiding Light isn't as valuable anymore. Again, this is going to make some people mad because they swear up and down by their Guiding Lights, but then I'm going to just remind you that there are two things that exist very prevalently right now. 1, Malim. 2, strippers. Not the good kind of strippers. The other strippers. But Guiding Light, unless you plan on completely banning out or playing around the people who do not have the ability to get around that, then sure, Guiding Light does have value, but I think if it's for collection purposes and you have everything else that you need, sure, go in and throw Cerise in and get your Cerise and Guiding Lights, but with where things are at today, I'd totally not, Peyra's better at what literally, it's a better Cerise, and not limited, which is horrible. All right, let's see here. Give Smile any ideas. Oh yeah, let's see here. Is there any artifact besides Saga Stars that you think would be worth to put on the custom banner? Any artifacts? Oh, absolutely. I have a whole video covering it, but I will give you guys I will put 5 more minutes. This will be the last 5 minutes I put on the timer. So this is last call for questions at Nightingale1176. This is it. There will be no more time added in, and as soon as this timer goes off, we will wrap the video. As far as Song of Stars, yes, there are other artifacts. You should be looking at Sigurd's Scythe is really good. Draco Plate is really good. You've got, if we can get Alexa's Basket, that would technically fall under Kairon, but I don't think I think he's going to end up they might break the cycle here because of how he's being run. But we'll see there. You've got, let's see, on the summonable units that are here. So if we go to, actually, it's probably better for me to do this. Let me bring it up on inside game so I can actually look at them. So for warriors, I would definitely say it's Draco Plate's definitely a big one. Sigurd Scythe is definitely one of the bigger ones out of theirs. If we go to knights, Elbrus Ritual Sword, which is technically Charlotte, but she has her own banner. Bastion is Pelucia, however you say it. Lilius's Artifact is definitely a good one. She's got her own banner coming. Cecilia's Rise of a Monarch's pretty good, but I mean, everybody pretty much runs Arius Adamant, and then they throw in their stuff. Alexa's Basket's going to be the question here, whether or not that's there. Violet's Talisman is actually pretty good on its own. So is Shepherd of the Hollow. That is actually, I mean, it's a good artifact. Celine's Artifact is disgusting, by the way. For those of you who have Celine's and want imprints, she's technically a really good one because after an enemy uses a non-attack skill, think about your meta, increases her combat readiness by 24% and has a 100% chance to increase attack of the caster for 1 turn. Remember, that's before everything happens. So, Celine's Artifact is good. As far as Rangers, Misha's technically good, but that would mean you're having to sum for Kana. Ringard's Drink is SSBs, but you shouldn't be summoning for it here. And Unseen Observer is Flans. I probably wouldn't summon for that here. Mage artifacts, the quick ones here that are pretty good. Etika Scepter's really good. Fairy Tale is decent if you want the fixed damage. Spirit Breath is okay. Dignus Orb is good, but I wouldn't go there. Basar is pretty good for Abyssal Crown if you want that. Soul Weavers, Celestine I think is a general artifact. I don't remember who Celestine's tied to. Idol's Cheer is on Tamarin, so you don't need to worry about that. Stella Harpa is Elena's artifact. That's pretty good. Shamadra's Staff is, I think, Destina's artifact. So Destina got some major stocks. So maybe consider Shamadra's Staff for some people. So yeah, there are artifacts out there besides Song of Stars. I do cover it more in depth in the video, and I give you more clear ideas. That's just me skimming through it. So, again, we've got 1 minute left, so try to get any last comments in real quick, and I will answer the last comment before the timer goes off. But overall, this is a fairly easy patch notes. There's not a ton of new stuff, but a lot of detailed stuff. The custom banner is going to be arguably probably the biggest hit here. This is what everybody's been waiting for, and hopefully you guys have amazing RNG, and you don't get screwed out of your bookmarks. I think somebody asked how many bookmarks. Between 600 and 1200, depending on where you are in the account. I'm debating of going up to 1800, but it's going to depend on how lucky and how good my summons go between the first and second one. I'm 100% committing, like, it's 100%. I'm doing 600. Depending on how lucky I got on the 600 will determine if I end up sending the 1200. Most likely I'm sending 1200 because I need some of the resources along the way of just quality of fodder, artifacts, things like that. But then as far as the third one, if I got screwed on stuff, I might. I'm only a couple hundred bookmarks away from it, so I could easily achieve the third pity. It's just what lies behind this is what scares me. So use discretion when you guys go to summon. Let me just put that out there. Okay, we got 2 real quick. So these will be the last 2 questions. How does Luna personalities work? They seem to be defying gravity. Luna's personalities are amazing. They are some of the best personalities in the game. They are they're so magical that the personalities have their own orbits. It's great. What does this banner? When does this banner run? This banner starts for me in about little over 14 hours from now. So, and it'll be, again, let's put it this way. You have an entire month to farm up the resources. You have from 421 to 519. April 21st to May 19th to farm your resources. You just have to start summon number 1 a minute before the server resets, or before the server goes to maintenance. And then you have 2 weeks to summon the banner. So for you guys who are trying to get your resources, do not summon. Again, big, bold letters. I may even put it here. Do not summon if you do not have your resources ready. Save your resources, plan this out. You have an entire month to do this. An entire month to save to get for this banner. As soon as you get your resources, start firing away. But only once you have your resources should you start summoning on this banner. You have an entire month and then 2 weeks. So, all right. So that's going to wrap up the balance notes. For you guys in chat, start saying goodbye to YouTube. So for you guys on YouTube, the balance notes will be in the comments below. Also, we will have the timestamps, so hopefully you found those. If not, you watched this whole video. Yeah, there was timestamps in the comment below, but if you want to go back and watch something specific, we will have it sectioned out by each section covering everything here. I really hope you guys have a great summoning session. For those of you who have the resources ready to rock and roll, there's a lot coming. Get ready for the Advent side story. That's going to be a lot of interesting fun. For me, where I'm at, this should be pretty challenging, and I'm looking forward to that. For those of you who can't, again, I'm sorry you can't participate in this, but maybe next time you will have your account ready to rock and roll. Good luck. If you guys have any questions, hit me up inside the comments down below. I'll answer everything as best as I possibly can and help steer you guys along the way. And remember, there are some videos that are talking about this already, so do check those out if you can. And I will do everything I can to help you guys make better decisions when it comes to, or give you my suggestions when it comes to this, to the information here. So you guys take care, and we'll see you next week in a very long update notice.